I get copyright strike all the time. Anyway, how's everybody doing? I'm back. Just came off a cruise, feeling amazing. Welcome. This is Suzette Speaks live on the radio here in Miami. You can listen to us Fort Lauderdale as well, 96.9 FM, as well as 101.5 HD2 from Key Largo to Jupiter, Voice of the Caribbean Radio. It's my pleasure to be with you today. I'm going to talk hot topics. Uh-oh. Just making sure you can't hear the music. We have the musical intro, but I can't play it because it's copyright stricken. All right? Just talking hot topics today. Hope everybody's having a wonderful holiday season so far.
Of the Caribbean. This is your Caribbean station, the Voice of the Caribbean.
Yes, everybody, welcome. It's Suzette Speaks live on your radio. I hope you miss me. I miss all of you. Wagwan, wagwan. Listen, have a good, nice vacation. I'm going to come back nice and tanned. If you're watching on the app, tell a friend to tell a friend. Suzette Speaks is on. You guys know I come live every Thursday and Friday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Big up Mikey Mike and the crew. Yes, Mikey Mike and the crew was in Jamaica all week, enjoying themselves. Also wanting to just let you know that Jamaica tourism is back and better. Of course, we suffered that horrible, tragic, devastating hurricane. I looked at it. It's literally been 6 weeks. Almost 2 months. No, actually, it's exactly 8 weeks. Pardon me, 8 weeks. Because my cousin them up in country, my cousins who are in central St. Anne, up in the hills and the mountains, just got back electricity. And I said to myself, oh my goodness, took 2 whole months just to get electric. 2 whole months to get electricity. Well, I'm feeling good. I got on the red lipstick. I got on my shades. If you're watching on the app, big up yourself. If you're watching on the Suzette Speaks show, yes, you can watch me. I'm also broadcasting live on my YouTube channel. Just follow me on any platform. Suzette1Z, 2 T's, Speaks with an S. Yes, big up everybody. Hit the like button if you're watching on the YouTube side. If you're watching on the Voice of the Caribbean app, make sure you follow us. And also, I would love to just give you a quick synopsis. Where have you been, Sue? Yeah, you're going to ask me, where have you been? Well, I was on a cruise. My cousin turned, one of my cousins turned 40. And we went on a beautiful Bahamas cruise. And this was my first Carnival cruise. Listen, they give Carnival a bad rap, but Carnival was not as bad as what people make it seem. Now, if you're like me, I was actually really shocked that this was my first vacation all year. Yes, your girl is a workaholic. My first vacation all year. I'm never going to do that again. This has been a stressful year. Can y'all believe 2025 is almost over? Are you ready for Christmas is my other question. Christmas is next week. Listen, we have less than, a week to go. I'm not in the Christmas spirit. Well, not just getting out the Christmas spirit. True, I was on this cruise. Thank you, Lord. And the cruise had the little Christmas vibes and the Santa pictures. And then I watched a lot of Christmas movies over the last few days. I'm finally feeling a little Christmas vibes. But if it wasn't for that, we would tell you, I did not feel like it's, the Christmas spirit for it to only be 1 week away. So are you done with your Christmas shopping? I am not. I am not done with my Christmas shopping. I haven't started. How about that, my Christmas shopping? Have you? Have you started? Thinking about the holiday season. The kids will be out from school. I think this is their last week. I still saw school buses on the road. I'm a girl. I like to work out outside. I will not work out unless school is out because that gives me half the pollution, hey, that we normally have. So next week, me and my homegirl who's in town, big up my homegirl who's a professor. She's in town. She works at one of the Ivy Leagues. I won't say which one, but she and I will be hitting the park every morning. Because guess what? Me eat so much food by the cruise. Listen, if you've never been cruising, I encourage it. It's really nice. Last year, I did a 1-week cruise to Bermuda. And I'm not, what should I tell you which cruise line? I'm not plug. They're not a sponsor. But I did Royal Caribbean last year. And I will tell you, it's a difference on Carnival. Even though people like to say Carnival is the hood cruise, it depends on the port. Because we left out of the port, Canaveral port, which is close to Orlando. Due east, north of Daytona, Port Canaveral. A lot of ships leave there. Because my cousin lived in Orlando, we did take the Port Canaveral cruise. So we drove up to her. We slept the night by her, and then she arranged a transport for us to Port Canaveral. But it was very easy. About probably like an hour. Then when we came back, it was shorter even because we had the morning traffic going. But we enjoyed ourselves. We hit a couple of the Bahamian islands. One of them called Celebration. Celebration Island is one that Carnival itself owns. I don't like I won't say the fake islands, but the islands that are curated by, the cruise companies, the cruise ship companies. Was all right. They trying to sell you stuff. I thought it would have been a little bit more relaxed. They're trying to give you all inclusive resort vibes. But I prefer some of the just rustic islands. Take me to an island that's undisturbed, right? And allow me to enjoy the beauty. So that's what I did. I was really enjoying myself. So I missed you guys. I didn't even get to talk about Diddy. Hello, did you guys watch the Diddy documentary? Yeah, on still feel like talk about it because we were talking about it on a cruise. Then this next big story came with the University of Michigan head coach. Knocked Diddy kind of off the headlines. Diddy is still on the headlines, but you guys know what I'm talking about. University of Michigan coach. You guys know what I'm talking about. This was the talk of the cruise. That's what we couldn't get off of, right? Well, we couldn't focus on anything else because it was the headline while we were out at sea, and people kept talking about it. What's his name? Mr. Sharon Moore, the former now head of the Michigan football program, the storied Michigan football program. Now, he was one of the only, or if the first, I believe, black man to head the more than 100-year program at Michigan. He now has found himself arrested due to an extramarital affair. Him and a subordinate staffer were now caught up in a unfortunate set of circumstances that have now cost him his job. I don't. The other thing on that story, I know you guys probably have heard that story, Sharon Moore. I didn't think it was fair, and I didn't look into the details. I'm just getting back off the cruise, y'all, as to why he got fired and therefore arrested. He was not only arrested because of his indiscretion with this lady, as being, her boss, her supervisor, and engaging in an inappropriate relationship, but on top of that, he went to her house desperately, trying to tell her not to bring things out in the open. You're going to ruin my life. Apparently, he kicked down the door, or forcibly, I should say, allegedly entered her dwelling, causing him to get the charge of a burglary, breaking and entering. And the harassment, I think he has a charge of stalking as well. And now his whole life has blown up. He was a married man with 3 kids, and his life has devolved. I want to give a shout out to some news and politics. Of course, last night, Mr. President Trump gave a 15-minute speech. Did you guys watch it? I encourage you to go listen to it and then go fact check it. Go listen to it and then see what others are saying about whether it's based in fact, right? It was very interesting. I listened to it. It's a little shouty, you got to listen to it. He was reading the teleprompter. You know how that go. We'd love to get your feedback on that. And then the other big news is in Texas, we saw Jasmine Crockett enter the United States Senate race in Texas. I was talking about it last night. Last night I came back from the cruise and couldn't believe I had two Christmas parties. First of all, it's Christmas party season. Do you guys go to Christmas parties? Because I'm a lawyer, and because, in certain professional circles, there's a lot of Christmas parties happening right now. So I had 2 actually last night. I could only make it to one because it decided to rain. So I made it to my homegirls. It's her and her brethren. They share a space, but they're both lawyers and they have law firms. And they had their annual Christmas party. Let me tell you, I did the take-home plate, a big fat take-home plate. I was kind of full already when I got there, but I was like, no, they do Haitian versus Jamaican food every year. And last year, I think the Haitian rice took it, but the oxtail took it. Well, actually, did we vote this year? They have that Diri Jean the Jean black rice. My Haitians, I gotta give it to you. I don't know. We didn't actually have any rice and peas this year, but them double the oxtail finish. They had the Haitians do I forget the name, is it tazo? Fried turkey. So nice. And the fried mashed plantain, I forget the name from it. Bonon, I hope I'm saying it right. And we had a feast. And then the offices are, let me just give a shout out to the Pierre Law Firm and Spectrum Law Firm. Pierre Law Firm, I think they're located in Fort Lauderdale. We were actually in Lauderdale Lakes in Fort Lauderdale, the Pierre Law Firm and Spectrum Law Firm. I appreciate you guys inviting me. They had what is it called? The Irish cream, the Haitian, cremas. We had the original, like, homemade cremas. Oh my gosh, I even brought home a little bit. It's like a Haitian eggnog, but it's nicer. If you never had cremas, shout out to my Haitians. So nice, spiced. It's like milk, but spiced and almost like a icing. It was very. This one was very sweet, so I did mix it with my eggnog, and it was like perfect, right? Like a rum. One was heavier in rum, one was heavier in sugar. So I mixed the two last night, and trust me, your girl was feeling still like I was on a boat. They also say when you come off a cruise, you feel like you're rocking still. So I do feel a little like motion. I wouldn't even call it sickness. If you've been on a cruise and come off the cruise and you still feel your body kind of going left and right a little bit, like it's like you're moving, I feel that. I feel a little bit of motion still as if I'm on a cruise. So I came back. I spent a little time with my cousin in Orlando. Came back before I came to Miami. But yeah, we went fishing. Listen, when I tell you your girl was vacating, I caught a fish, y'all. We went fishing at a lake in Orlando. I'm going to post it on my Instagram. I'm proud of myself because like I said, I haven't taken a real vacation outside of South Florida all year, which is crazy. I'm definitely gonna do better when we come back into the 2026. So I know I don't normally make a lot of New Year's resolutions. I'm already trying to start back on mine. It's getting to be the end of the year. You soon start here, new year, new me, and all of this. But is it okay to start now? I need to get some 2-a-day exercises in, not just because of the cruise. Cause I didn't eat the food. Actually, the food was okay. I think Royal Caribbean last year had the better food. Carnival, it was okay. The last night of Chef's Dining was the ultimate. I thought they did a great job with it. Interesting flavor profiles. I'm a foodie. I don't like when you take the same ingredients and you just try to chop it up different ways and the food not giving. But Carnival, like I said, they wasn't as hood as people make them seem. I was expecting ratchet. No. When I was in the hot tub, I shared stories. I love to meet strangers and just talk and get to know their stories. And I met 2 or 3, what do they call it, aerospace engineers, like rocket scientists. I met people who were, mental health nurses, nurse practitioners. I met people who own their own companies, just various walks of life. I was like, it's people with some motion on this ship. There's not just, people like to think of non-progressive and, people coming in to have a lot of, drama. No, we didn't have that. I danced on the Lido deck. Let's go. If you want to look at my stories, damn, your girl was two-stepping. And we enjoyed ourselves, all of the crew. My cousin had literally 30 some people come celebrate her birthday. I said to myself, I don't even know if I know 30 plus people that would commit, not only come, like friendships, but like commit, pay money, and come to chill with her on her birthday. She's a blessed girl. So we enjoyed our time at sea. You can see me, I'm a little tan, but I feel refreshed. I feel happy. I feel lighter. Got to do some real relaxation. So back to reality. But yeah, we're going to talk a little politics. Like I said, since I've been away, Diddy was the big story. Have you watched the Diddy saga? It's a 4-part series produced by 50 Cent. You can find it on Netflix. Very intriguing. There were many parts of it. Again, I don't know if it's all true, but the eyewitness accounts and the statements of people who, were there were very interesting. I've been watching some counter information given from, I think, hip hop journalist Torre. I don't know if you guys know who that is. He was a part of the journalistic environment early in the bad boy era, the P Diddy bad boy, the birth of that era. And he was just talking about some of the things in the film that he didn't think was true, like getting the cover of Rolling Stone. He had worked for Rolling Stone, and he was like, oh, I think it was alleged that there was an allegation that Biggie was supposed to get the cover of a Rolling Stone, of the Rolling Stone magazine, excuse me. And P. Diddy called them and said no, or kind of thwarted it, put it on ice basically, and took the Rolling Stone cover. I don't know if it's true, but Torre is saying that it was something that was not, kind of fabricated. Nobody can demand that a cover be taken from someone else, and that, it was Diddy's moment in the time of the passing of Biggie Smalls and all of that. So anyway, did you guys watch it? I did watch it. It was very interesting for sure. The Michigan coach saga has gone, like I said, full swing. When we see the firing of Sharon Moore, the Wolverines former head coach, it's just, I don't know. It is sad. Some people are talking about it's a lack of discipline, but I don't know. The situation for more intensified. We have to remember when he went over to the second lady's house. I'll call her the second lady. I won't say what we call them, but anyway, and claimed that the lady was going to be ruining his life. Now, some people would say blame the victim of his inappropriateness. Some people are saying she has responsibility, but she hasn't been fired too. It's up to the school administration. But yeah, led to his arrest while he now faces three charges, including felony home invasion. He is unlikely to face prison time, according to some legal experts. Police charged Moore with home invasion in the third degree, stalking and breaking and entering, or entering without breaking, like basically going in someone's house without their permission. The most serious charges is the home invasion charge, which is punishable up to 5 years in prison. So we see that. I don't know. Again, did you have strong feelings towards that particular story? But people are still feeling like a little, non-confident in this economy. That's another thing Mr. Trump brought up in his speech yesterday. So Mr. Trump, the president, put together a speech. His current approval rating, I think, allegedly, I'm looking at this, says 38%. And he gave an address to the country that millions of people listened to, but some were not convinced with what he was saying. Some were not convinced. So, according to the AP, Mr. President Trump gives a partisan primetime. This is the title of the AP story I'm reading from. Trump gives a partisan primetime address insisting that the economy is feeling stronger than many voters feel. Now, how do you feel? I read the most interesting article. Oh my goodness, it's on my phone. My phone is actually recording my YouTube channel, but I read the most interesting article. Was it yesterday or the day before? Talking about how uncertain middle class people feel when it comes to how the economy is feeling. That middle class people are not, they're robbing not robbing people, robbing Peter. There we go, robbing Peter to play. Like, boy, my tongue tied. We got a little sip of water here. Robbing Peter to pay Paul. There we go. Dang, Sue. Robbing Peter to pay Paul. You know what I'm saying. So it was very interesting. I might try to pull that up during the break and then give you a little piece of that. And how are you feeling? Do you feel like the economy is better or stronger? Like the president was insisting last night in his presidential address to the nation. President Donald Trump, according to the Associated Press, delivered a politically charged speech on Wednesday, carried live in primetime. It came on. I left the holiday party I was at yesterday, just to get home at 9 o'clock to watch it live. So I saw it live. So according to the Associated Press reporting from yesterday's speech, President Donald Trump delivered a politically charged speech on Wednesday, carried live in prime time on network television, seeking to pin the blame for economic challenges on Democrats while announcing he is sending 1,776 bonus dollars, extra money to the United States military. So 1776, $1,776 is what he's planning to give as a check to all U.S. troops for Christmas. They're going to get a Christmas bonus, basically. 1776. Anyway, according to the Associated Press, the remarks came as the nation is preparing to settle down to celebrate the holidays. Yet Trump was focused on more divisions within the country than the sense of unity. According to the AP, his speech was a rehash of his recent messaging that has so far been unable to calm the public's anxiety about the cost of groceries, housing, utilities, and other basic goods. I was reading separately that I think it costs a family like $188 a month more for the same goods than it cost last year. Like we have to spend $188 more per month on the same goods. Anyway, according to AP, the remarks came as the nation is preparing to settle down to celebrate the holidays. I'm sorry, I get that. Trump has promised an economic boom, yet inflation has stayed elevated, and the job market has weakened sharply in the wake of his tariff. aka import taxes. So people are still very anxious and uneasy. And I don't know about you, I feel the same way. They're watching how they can stretch their dollars. They say this is the Walmart, Costco, BJ's economy. We're trying to figure out how are we going to make our slower growth in salary and raises, right? And cost of living increases. How we make that stretch in the face of the inflation that's almost taken back those gains. So he tried to make a case to the nation. Trump suggested that his tariffs, which are partly responsible for the boosting consumer prices, meaning making everything more expensive, would fund a new, quote, warrior dividend for 1.45 million military members, a payment that could ease some of the financial strains for many households. The amount is $1,776, was a reference to the nation's 250th anniversary of this birthday, basically, of the signing of the Declaration of Independence. Now, did you believe the president, or do you feel more secure in your finances? I don't know. I can only speak from personal experience, but they have a lot of research and polls that are saying a lot of people are not satisfied with the current state of affairs in the economy. Now, we also have what's going on overseas, that Mr. Trump has declared a blockade and against Venezuelan oil, and some people are saying, can you really do that? But that's where we are right now, and it's causing a lot of uncertainty, and people are very, very worried. And we're trying to see if he can hang on to some of the support he's had in the past. But it seems like even among those who have been really in his corner, there's so much, uncertainty now that maybe they aren't so firm in the president's ability to handle, what is really aching everybody right now, which is affordability, cost of living. Can my paycheck allow me to do what I need to do? Well, we'll take your calls after this. I wanted, again, to touch on some of the highlights of my own trip. We have some events coming up, of course. Shout out to M&J United Auto Sales. They can get you in a car. Don't worry, 450 credit score and up. They can help you rebuild your credit. Financial assistance available. No credit, no problem. I love that. MJCarsales.com. This portion of the Suzette Speaks show is brought to you by MJCarsales.com, located at 3511 Northwest 19th Street in Lauderdale Lakes, the Caribbean-owned M&J United Auto Sales. Thank you. That's also one of the drop-off points of our give back for Jamaica and the survivors of Hurricane Melissa. Thank you. If you have products, if you have materials to donate, you can also stop by our very same sponsor partner, M&J United Auto Sales. Remember, M&J United Auto Sales, located 3511 Northwest 19th Street, Lauderdale Lakes 33311, and located at MJ Car Sales. A lot of these young people like to buy their cars at home. MJCarsales.com. Thank you so much for your partnership. If you'd like to partner with us, you could always reach out to Voice of the Caribbean, and you can link us either through social media or you can call us right here at the office. The 9 is 850-446-0562. Your girl's voice. Listen, I'll tell you what I did this morning. But I got to take a quick pause for the cause. Let me drink some hot water and see if we can get my voice back. Suzette Speaks show coming back right after these messages.
All new Voice of the Caribbean.
Ooh. You can't hear it. Ooh.
101.5 HD2 WLYF HD2 Miami 101.5 HD2 The voice Voice of the Caribbean. Follow us on Instagram, Facebook, X, TikTok, and YouTube.
Looking to own a piece of paradise right here in Florida? The land experts at Your New Florida make it easy. Don't miss out on this next big real estate boom. Get your very own.
Hey guys, what else should I talk about?
Beautiful Highlands Lake Placid area.
I don't know what else to talk about. Let me see what else I should talk about. Let me do Judge. My voice is going all of a sudden. It's crazy. Hit the like button, y'all. Commercials. My laptop is about to die. Ooh. So let me see. Yeah, thank you. You could close it. Thank you. Hey, I'm tired.
Destiny's special sustainability zone needs you. Thousands of jobs are opening right here in St. Kitts and Nevis. Go to destiny.com today. That's destiny.com. You want to work? Go to destiny.com. See you there.
Welcome home to Tessera, a gated smart homes community located in Portmore, Jamaica. Tessera is a community in Portmore, Jamaica. Enjoy climate resilient living in 2-bedroom, 2-bathroom smart homes, starting at $264,000 US. Designed for the way 21st century families live today. Apply online now. SmartHomesJamaica.com. That's SmartHomesJamaica.com. And start the process to owning the home of your dreams. Welcome home to Tessera, where smart comes standard. This is WLYFH
D2, Miami. This is the all-new Voice of the Caribbean. .5 HD2, the voice of the Caribbean. This station, the voice of the Caribbean.
Yes, good afternoon and welcome back. It's the Suzette Speaks show. I got a little hot. I never say hot tea, but I have hot water. I got in the habit of drinking hot water. Even in my little fake Stanley cup, I have warm or hotish water. Yeah, my water kind of warm. I'm liking it. I heard in China and other places, at least based on influencers I watch online, they say they actually, when they go to a table, they're serving people hot water, not cold water like we're used to with ice. There's something about they feel like your body operates better with the warmth. So anyway, I'm drinking my warm water, trying to save my voice. Welcome back. This is the Suzette Speaks show. I come to you live every Thursday and Friday from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. Make sure you download the app, Voice of the Caribbean. You can catch us anywhere you go, or visit us, voiceofthecaribbean.com. Follow us on all platforms, Voice of the Caribbean. You can also check me out. Big up everybody watching on my YouTube, or go on my YouTube family. Make sure you hit the like button and follow me, Suzette, 1Z, 2T, Speaks with an S. Let me tell you one thing I'm working on. Man, finishing the year with gratitude. First of all, are you ready for Christmas? I am not ready for Christmas. It coming like Christmas snuck up on me. I was planning to go to Jamaica with a big family group with the hurricane. Our hotel canceled us. Now, remember, Jamaica is open for tourism, but our particular hotel said that it was not ready. The facilities had been damaged too much, and they were going to honor us for next year. Anyway, so I literally just came off of a cruise. As I told you, it was my first vacay all year. Went to the Bahamas, my cousin's 40th birthday. It was amazing. Did my first carnival cruise. It was not ratchet. Now, somebody did tell me there was a fight when we got on. I said, I didn't see no fight, all right? I had a really relaxed. I met a lot of professional people, sophisticated people who just, I had good conversations with. People from all walks of life definitely are on the carnival. So I had a good time with that. Food was all right. A little bit more lines for food than I experienced last year when I took Royal Caribbean, but I'm going to go on cruises. I'm going to try to cruise twice a year. Now I get it. I get there are people who are like cruisers. I'm talking about my friend said her mother goes on cruises like twice a month. And that when you wait to the last minute, if you have a free weekend or whatever, if you look, you can get really good deals. So anyway, I'm gonna sign up for the little programs, the Royal Caribbean program, Carnival programs. They're not sponsoring the show, so I'm just gonna tell you what I'm doing. But hey, do your own research and check it out. So the other thing I wanted to tell you about is oh gosh, oh what I did this morning. So I am back on my exercise. Ooh, kick. Listen, I was spoiled because the cruise, all you can eat. Boy, I don't know. It's like I don't eat a lot. But all of a sudden, you ever notice when you see the buffet and all you can't eat buffet, all of a sudden you can't eat more than you normally eat? Kind of make it kind of uncomfortable. So anyway, I was overeating, but I feel a little bit more back to regular today. Came back, we did a holiday party at my homegirl and her colleague's office. Had some good Haitian, good Jamaican food, celebrating the holidays. I'm just now from the cruise feeling like I'm in the Christmas spirit. I don't know about you. A lot of times Christmas come and I feel like, did I even decorate? I haven't put up a tree. I haven't done anything to put myself in the Christmas mindset. But thankfully on the cruise, there was a lot of Grinch. They played Grinch movies. They had the place decorated like Christmas. You could take a picture with Santa, all of that. But I had a great time and I had time to rest, relax. Most of my time, honestly, my cousins didn't want to go in the hot tub, but honey, you'll find me at the hot tub. I really like hot tubs. So I enjoy myself. I go lay down, not lay down, sitting at the hot tub and talk to people, meet strangers, right? Ask them questions, find out about their life, what their life experience is like, where they come from, right? I love that, right? Understanding people's different paths and vibrations. I really, really, that's one of my favorite things of discovery. Other thing I really enjoyed, just seeing the water and the sky. Thank you, God, for uninterrupted sky. That's one of my favorite things, being able to see all the way to the horizon without a light post, a building. In Miami, you have a lot of things that block your view from just seeing the beauty and the expanse of the ocean or the expanse of the sky. And on a cruise, it's just nothing blocking you. It's God from top to bottom. Somebody say hallelujah. So I was enjoying my introspective. I'm very deep in that sense. Like nature just reminds me how small we are, how insignificant we think we think we're so important, but we're so insignificant. It's just God alone. You know what I mean? So anyway, coming back to some of these horrific news stories, I was just like, thank goodness, because I don't get the other thing on the cruise. You can pay for internet and Wi-Fi. I didn't pay for internet and Wi-Fi. I got a couple people calling me now. And it's great to unplug where you didn't get news and you didn't get updates. And I realized, oh my gosh, the first thing I do when I wake up is I turn on news. So this morning in the same type of vibration I was on the cruise, I said, I'm not going to watch news right away. I'm going to do what I did on the cruise. When I woke up on the cruise, I opened up the balcony because I pay for the balcony room. I'm going to go outside. I'm going to just look upon the water. Beautiful sky, the clouds, the sea breeze, everything. I was just like in that vibe before I even went to breakfast and start interacting with the other companions I had. Again, it was my cousin's 40th, so she invited 30 something people came. She invited a bunch of people from her different stage of life: high school, college, military, first job, second job. Like it was really cool. So the beauty of nature, yes, my love, the beauty of nature is one of the most it does it for me. Some people, they be at the bar. That's my cousin them got mad at me. They want to be at the bar. I'm not finna stand up on the bar and watch you drink. I'm not a bar follower. I don't drink like that. A one drink, maybe two, but I'm done. And I want to talk to people. So they was like, where you going? I'm like, I'm going to explore. I'm going to the hot tub. I even played, what is that called? Cornhole. You toss the little hockey sack bag and you throw it in at the little, board something. I played that with some teenagers. I was just like, can I play? Hey, watching kids run up and down and enjoy themselves. Like people watching, if you're into people watching, it was immaculate. Okay. I enjoy listening to every conversation. I went by myself quite a few times. I'm like, where's Sue? At the hot tub. Okay. So I just did my thing. But today, when I woke up, since I was still in that same high vibration, relaxed mindset, no stress, no fear, no anxiety, no news, first thing in the morning, news. I said, I'm not going to look at my phone and start reading the headlines. I'm not going to turn on TV and start looking at the news. I got on my stationary bike. Don't wait for the New Year's resolutions. I got on my stationary bike And I said I'm going to do 30 minutes because my goal is to try to do a morning, and come January I want to do 2 a days. They have this program called 75 Hard. Oh no, we'll get into it tomorrow. So I think my homegirl, or it's actually my cousin's friend from the cruise, but now we're homegirls. She was telling me she's doing 75 Hard in January. I'm like, okay, I got to start getting ready. And one of the rules of the 75 Hard, I'll go into it tomorrow. Again, we're trying to set patterns so that we have the best outcomes, right? That's what we do in life. Things that aren't working, you can fix them anytime. You don't have to wait till the new year, New Year's resolution, new year, new me. All I know is this year, this Christmas snuck, let me say sneak up on me, because I was supposed to be in Jamaica. Like I said, the hotel wasn't able to accommodate us any further. So I literally would have got off the cruise and been back on the plane when that would have been 23rd, 22nd. So yeah, boom, I would have been Monday back in Jamaica for a week. Anyway, did my bike this morning, felt so good. When me say ride, when me say ride, your girl, at first I put my dance hall on, because dance hall can't spoil. So I love my Tugs music. I first started, I was like, maybe I should start with some praise music. Oh no, 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 no praise music. I started with my Vibes Cartel and my Taliban's, and who sing that? What's his name? Messia, Byron Messia, and some Massacre and some of that. But by the end of my bike ride, I was getting back into the praise music. I listened to, I don't know if he banned Kanye. Is he banned? I listened to Kanye, some of that Sunday service. That Jesus walks, that beat to ride a bike to was hitting. I was doing the Jesus walks with me. I had a little bit of Thai tribute in there. I want to tell you, I'm going to feel good. Again, not starting your day with so much stress and bad news. Wait for later in the day. Set the intention of your day first. That you look for those things that are beautiful, those things that are lovely, those things that are kind, those things that are good news, right? So I got my little praise on before I hit these streets, head to work. Took my mom to a doctor's appointment around the midday, but good vibrations. But nonetheless, I came back to this story. We were talking about it as soon as we got off the cruise. The two stories that are now top headlines are the death of Rob Reiner, and his wife Michelle, at apparently, allegedly, the hands of their son Nick, a young man who had, I would say, problems or a history with drug abuse. This was shocking. Again, no one ever anticipates that a child would harm their parents in this way, and there's talks that he might get the death penalty. I don't know what California law says, but apparently during his first appearance yesterday, he was wearing a suicide prevention vest. This is the son, and he can face death or life in prison without the possibility of parole. And the bodies of Mr. Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle Singer Reiner were discovered in their Brentwood, California home December 14. So the official cause of death, I'm actually reading from a Fox News article. Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle died due to multiple sharp force injuries. That means stabbing, knife, according to the Los Angeles County Medical Examiner's Office. Other significant conditions contributed to their death, the initial report said. Medical examiners determined December 14th as the day that the Reiners passed away and listed their deaths both as homicide. Rob and his wife Michelle were found deceased on Sunday in their Brentwood home around 3:30. Their son Nick, the son, his father had said that he was nervous about the son. They apparently were at a industry party the night before and argued. One thing about arguing, my parents would be like, we don't argue in front of people. You argue at your house. The fact that they could not contain the argument, and was openly kind of shouting match. But anyway, they said it was a very visible disagreement that happened at this industry party the night before. But what would cause this? I know they say drugs and all of that, but it still don't sit right with me. It don't sit right with me at all that a son. They have more video of him after the alleged murders. Man, please. The son, Nick, was located and arrested at approximately 9:15 on the Sunday. So they were found deceased 3:30. He was picked up 9:15 that same night. He was booked on suspicion of murder on transferred Monday to the Twin Towers Correctional Facility, according to the Los Angeles County Sheriff's Department. Nick Reiner appeared in court for the first time yesterday, on Wednesday, days after he allegedly took his parents' lives. Rob and Michelle Reiner found again deceased Sunday, and Nick was arrested later that night and subsequently charged with 2 counts of first-degree homicide. He has on the suicide prevention, Jess. They're not showing his face. This is why I don't know what the California law is. They were showing him behind, or they could not see his face. They blocked it with a partition. Now, I'm like, if you done took the life of 2 of your parents, both of your parents, excuse me, you get to hide your face? What kind of permission slip they got? Again, I'm not Florida lawyer. I don't know what the criminal law allows for. Now, apparently, this defense attorney is going to, say that mental health, drug abuse, all kind of stuff, substance abuse was involved as mitigating factors. He didn't know what he was doing. But he made his court appearance. He wore no shirt. He had on a blue vest that went down to his knees. Hands and feet were shackled. When the judge asked Nick Reiner if he waived his right to a speedy arraignment, Nick said, "Yes, Your Honor." So now the arraignment, when the charges will be read and all that, will be on January 7th. Nick's attorney, Alan Jackson, admitted there were a myriad of issues in the case against his client while speaking to the press after the court appearance yesterday. According to his attorney, quote, first of all, according to FoxNews.com, first of all, said the attorney for Nick Reiner, and most importantly, this is a devastating tragedy that has befallen the Reiner family, said Alan Jackson, the attorney for Nick Reiner, outside of the courthouse yesterday. Continue to quote, "We all recognize that our hearts go out to the entire Reiner family. They are very, very complex and serious issues. There are very, very complex and serious issues, that are associated with this case that need to be thoroughly vetted and carefully dealt with and examined and looked like and analyzed." Listen, the attorney gonna attorney. Again, both Rob Reiner and Michelle Singer Reiner died due to multiple sharp force injuries, according to Los Angeles. What do you think about this story, man? Hurt my spirit, man. Hurt my spirit. This one, again, I don't know if even drug abuse and those things are going to have a mitigating factor, meaning was he not, the word we use in law, culpable? Did he know was he fully aware of what he was doing while he was doing it? And, to what degree was he on drugs? I wonder if they took the tox screen. I hope they took his blood after he was arrested. They probably did. Ay. Terrible, terrible story. Rob Reiner, rest in peace. Wife Michelle. Again, that was when we came back. We were like, wait, there goes my Zen. I'm listening to this type of story. The other thing the other piece of news that is making headlines across the country is the manhunt for the Brown University shooter. So I came back again. I was on a cruise. I didn't get this as it unfolded. I came back to this story, watching it, and I'm like, manhunt for Brown University shooter. So this is according to CNN. And there is currently an ongoing manhunt for someone who perpetrated a shooting at Brown University. So this was a manhunt for the Brown University mass shooter. This is now the 6th day, and police in Providence, Rhode Island, have asked the public for help in identifying someone seen in a photo crossing path with the person of interest in the case. Now, this is crazy because I was like, universities are supposed to be open, but they're also supposed to have security, right? Was there an officer? Some people are saying there was not an officer allegedly on duty at this particular building, that there were, cameras across campus, but really and truly, I don't know. I got to get into some details. According to CNN, authorities also released a map showing the streets where the person of interest was in the hours before and immediately after Saturday's attack. Well, I'm glad I was on a cruise while this happened. This is crazy. An early focus on a different person now cleared. Now, apparently, they had somebody they arrested for this, but as a person of interest. But now that person has been cleared. And chasing the wrong person, I wouldn't say chasing, or thinking that they had the right person and the person ended up being incorrect, may have delayed the investigation by up to a day, according to CNN. Also, there's being reported that limited school security camera footage around the building, the edge of campus where the attack unfolded, has spurred questions, including from the White House. The shooting has left, sadly, 2 students dead, 9 injured, right, currently, school at Brown, where classes and exams have been canceled. At least 75 school shootings have unfolded this year in the United States. Oh my goodness. The manhunt from the Brown University mass shooter has entered again 6 days now. Several noteworthy pursuits of suspects and fugitives this past year have played out in different ways, with some arrested quickly and others taking months. It's very interesting. So we'll see how Brown University, and this is scary because this man is still at large. The people involved are still at large. If you're in Providence, Rhode Island, you're not sleeping well. I also wanted to talk about, I don't know if I have time, the Texas Senate race with Jasmine Crockett going into the Texas Senate race against James Talrico. It's I was talking to them, I'm always in, hey guys watching online. Shout out to everybody watching on the Suzette Speaks show. And hit the like button for me. Shout out everybody. I wasn't here last week. I was on a cruise. Yeah, shout out to me. Finally took a vacation this year. Your workaholic sister. Headed to the Bahamas for my cousin's birthday. Enjoyed a lot of, solo time. Dressed up. I bought, the cruise pictures are expensive. The pictures they take of you at dinner. If you've never been on a cruise, when you have formal dining, there is a photographer that comes and takes your picture every night when you go to the dining room. You have a set table and a set time and you go. So ours was 8:15 and we were seated in the same section of the grand dining hall, the grand dining room. Every night there was entertainment and a photographer. So I bought 2, how many pictures I bought? Maybe 3. 1, 2, 3. Yo, that thing rang up to like $88. Yo, I was like, I said, hold on. Wait, did I get 3 or 4? Maybe I did get 4. Because it was like $19.95 per picture. I'm saying, no. I said, so I was trying to ask for a duplicate. All of a sudden, the guy was like, oh, it'll be $10 more. But then I saw one that was, really good that was, taken originally from the photographer when we just got on the boat. So she took one of when we just got on the boat and I took one. And they weren't a duplicate. They were just, similar. So I took the one that was similar instead of asking for the duplicate of my cousin's. Yo, dog, $19.95. I said $88. $88 in this recession time for 4 pictures. So it looked like they gave me some cruise bonus at the end. And it was like $76. I was like, $76? Y'all lucky. I want the memory. And honestly, it was rest in peace to my godmother, Auntie Gloria. She loved cruising. I get it now. It's easy. You unpack once. It's one price for the most part. It's easy, like fun, several different things to do. I get it. Why people like it. So I know one thing I remember about her. She passed away earlier this year. She loved her cruise and she always took one of the official pictures. So I was like, I'm at the age when I'm doing cruises and taking pictures like my godmom. She used to love bringing back the pictures. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. I'm going to buy these expensive old pictures just because in 5, 10, 15, 20 years, I'll be happy I bought them. Yeah, man. I enjoyed myself. But lots more to talk about. I want to big up Ketos. This segment of the Suzette Speaks show is brought to you by Ketos Fish Fry. Big up my general chef extraordinaire, Chef Keita's birthday fish fry is tomorrow. We'll be out there from 5 p.m. He got a wonderful food truck, y'all. Keita's. The food be bussin'. Let me tell you. If you're up in the Fort Lauderdale area, December 19th, the Shell gas station right beside the what do you call it, post office. The post office close to 95. The post office close to 95 on Oakland, right? The Shell gas station, 2090 West Oakland Park Boulevard. At the Shell gas station, the one and only Chef Ketos. Like, he is a multiple jerk festival winner. Let me tell you, that jerk fish, jerk lobster, good, jerk chicken. Listen, if you haven't had Ketos for a Friday night, late night after the club, you missing out on life. It's always there. So Friday, he's always there, I think, throughout the weekend. Ketos, big up yourself. The food always be bussin'. We don't play about Ketos. Thank you, Ketos. And again, tomorrow, December 19th, he's going to do his full-out birthday bash at the Shell gas station. The food truck always line up, 5 p.m. to 4 a.m. He's going to have live DJs as well. Award-winning Ketos Seafood Grill and Jerk Food Truck, right? We're going to support our local chefs, and we appreciate you, Ketos. Once again, thank you for your sponsorship of the Suzette Speaks Show. And I'll run it back one more time for M&J United Auto Sales. Our friends at M&J United Auto Sales, Caribbean owned. They will get you right. 450. Listen, if your credit score kind of down in the dumps. I didn't even get to talk about Venezuela. What is the United States end game in Venezuela? What y'all think we really doing down there? I got to get into it tomorrow, y'all. I'm almost out of time. I want to talk about Jasmine Crockett, Texas Senate race. What's going on over there? She is now, you know her, bleach, bad body. How she said it to Marjorie Taylor Greene? Marjorie Taylor Greene is now the congresswoman from Georgia, has declared that she's retiring. Once very pro Donald Trump, have some issues with him now, saying, yay, affordability going in the wrong direction, sir. People are still not able to afford a living. Cost of living keeps going up. People can't afford it. Your insurance is up. Your food is up. Your housing costs are up. You can barely afford to live. So, anyway, Marjorie Taylor Greene, remember her and Jasmine Crockett got into it, who is also a congresswoman, but she is Jasmine Crockett from Texas. So right now they're saying Jasmine Crockett leads the Democratic field in the Texas Senate race. And I was getting into it because, I love politics. At the Christmas party I was at yesterday, my friend girl was like, what do you think about that? I was like, well, she's going up against this guy named James Talrico, but Texas has more black voters than any other state, right? Their biggest minority is the Hispanic vote. So where the Hispanics will swing, listen, I can get into it. But Texas has been very close, right? When I think Beto O'Rourke ran in 2018, he also was a Democrat who ran for the Texas Senate. He lost by 2.6 points. That was very close. So the Lone Star State, some people saying it's red, some people saying it's blue, a lot of people saying it's purple. So I wanted to analyze that a little bit tomorrow. I'm just easing my way back in, y'all. I'm still trying to keep my zen, even with everything going on in the news. Once again, you can watch the president's address yesterday for yourself. It's 15 minutes. Y'all can find it on YouTube and see what you really think. Is what he's saying sound right to you? You can make your own judgment. I trust you. In the meantime, we're going to try to get, like I said, right for the new year. Get ready for Christmas. I have to start your shopping. I'm only shopping for the kids. Anybody under 18, no big people getting gifts from me. We're not spending up no money. We just said everybody kind of feeling shaky about it. So, take your time. Stay within your budget. Do what you can afford. Sometimes even baking stuff is even better. But I'm not going crazy. I didn't go crazy Black Friday, and I'm not going to go crazy. People getting tokens. You're welcome. Love Auntie Susan. Anyway, love you guys. I'll be back tomorrow. You know what it is. We back from vacation. Suzette Speaks. Come to you live right here on Voice of the Caribbean from 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. every Thursday and Friday. We talk hot topics, social media trends, and much more. Thank you guys for listening. We got Lisa B coming to the studio up next. Keep it locked right here on Voice of the Caribbean.
Voice of the Caribbean. Better sounding radio.
W245BC, Lauderdale Lakes, 96.9 FM, the all-new voice of the Caribbean.
WLYF HD2 Miami, 101.5 HD2. This is the all-new voice of the Caribbean.
Thanks for watching, y'all. I'll see y'all tomorrow. Have a happy holiday when it comes. Take care.